two-story house, taking over the one on Sunday. It's now before you. Make one or two comments, then we'll have a question. You are welcome.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. You know my name. My name is Uche.
Yes.
First, I want to sincerely thank Nigerian media, both the social, print, and the electronic media, for the solidarity and for what they did that made this unsuccessful. I want also to thank God Almighty, who spared the life of my wife, my mother-in-law, myself, and more especially the lives of the church members, including the venerable, the parish priest, who was in the church when this incident happened. It would have been a different thing altogether. It would have been the death of so many people inside the church and also outside the church. Again, I also want to use this media to thank in a very special way the Inspector General of Police, who showed professionalism. I think we should give it to the Inspector General of Police, who did not look at area of sentiment. He showed professionalism. He acted like a professional police. I want to commend the IG and his team for this show of professionalism in their job. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to narrate exactly what happened on the 26th of December 2021. You all know very well that I buried my mom on the 22nd of December 2021. And on the 26th, we came for outing service. The church started around 11:30. While the church service was still going, some military men were sighted outside, and I asked my PA, oh, maybe it's one of the VIP that came for the memorial, this church service of my mom. Then I asked them, please, if there is anybody that is outside, they should bring the person in if it is a VIP. Before they could come back, I saw masked police, I don't even know, masked policemen. I thought they, because there is no sign to show that they are police. More than 15 of them invade inside the church premises, and they cocked their gun and say, "Oga, move, come out. We are looking for you." I said, "What is the problem? What have I done?" One of them came and hit my back and said, "If you don't stand up now," before I could even say, "What is the problem?" They went up to the altar and cocked their gun and pointed it at me. I said, "What is the problem?" One now dragged me up. I said, "Tell me what I have done." Before you know, they started shooting. The church members, the parish priests, everybody was running helter-skelter inside church. They shot, and then dragged me like a criminal inside the church when church service was going on, and brought me out. When they brought me out, my orderly and my policemen was trying to find out from them, where are you people from? They were not telling us where they are from, because all of them were in their fakes. They were all masked. There is nothing to identify them. Apart from some of the vehicles that brought them, where my boys and so many people identified that those vehicles came from government house, Imo State government house. So they dragged me, tore my clothes, beat me up, threw me inside one of the van that came with them, one white van that came with them, and asked me to lie on the floor of the van. And one of them used his leg, hit me, put his leg on top of me, and said I should keep quiet. He took my picture while inside the van and sent it to somebody and spoke in Hausa, Muntura picture. They never knew that I hear Hausa. So on the way at Njaba, they stopped, and one of them that also was wearing mask now asked me, cocked his gun, and said, "Oga, go down." I said, "What have I done?" He said, "Oga, go down." For me, I thought I was going to be eliminated at that point at Njaba. He said, "Oga, go down." He cocked his gun. I was telling him, "Please, what have I done? What have I done?" He now pushed me outside and dragged me to another vehicle in front, another Ford Jeep in front, and they pushed me inside the Ford, and they started speeding up to Owerri. When we got to Owerri, they moved towards the Okigwe road. At government house, I was looking from the back. I was turning and looking at my back. The three remaining vehicles now diverted towards Government House. Then that one that I was inside continued all the way to Okigwe Road. I was asking them, where are you taking me? What have I done? They said, Oga, don't talk, oh, don't talk. If you talk, don't talk. So I kept quiet. We drove all the way to Angara. I asked them again, where are we going? They refused to talk to me. When we got to Okigwe, I said, where are we going? They refused to talk. When we now set going towards Enugu, I said, tell me where we are going. If I was going to be killed, tell me, so that I know that I was going to be eliminated. They didn't say anything. On the road, one of them that was in front received the call. I saw the call. The name on the phone was Shaba. Then he told him in Hausa, Muna tare da shi karka damu, muna kan hanya. Karka damu, mun kama shi karka damu koi. Oga kaya muna tare, muna tare. That means we've caught him and we're on our way. So at a point, because I speak Hausa, I decided to ask them, Menai, what did I do? Why are people doing this to me? They now looked at me and they continued their journey. They took me all the way from Owerri until we got to Enugu. When we got closer to Enugu, they now stopped and asked me to remove my clothes. I said, why should I remove my clothes? He said, Oga, this thing we are doing is, this is work, and you know how this work is. We are sent to do this, so you have to cooperate with us. So for me to save my life, I said, okay, what do you want me to do? They say I should remove my clothes. Before you know, they removed my clothes and said I should bring my hand. I brought my hand inside the vehicle. They now handcuffed me and then took picture of me. And then one of them sent it to the same Shaba again and came back and said, Zamudoka video, my video. That means let's do his video. They now did the video of me and went back again and sent the same video to the same Shaba, who is the CSO, to the governor of Imo State. At this point, I say, why do you people want to humiliate me? What have I done to you people? If people invited me, I would have come. What have I done? When we got to Enugu, we stayed at Enugu Airport for more than 1 hour 30 minutes, and they were communicating with somebody who was coming with the flight, and then communicating with the same Shaba who was telling them that this person will call you people. They were speaking now, that we have not seen them, we don't know where they are. At this point, I gave my everything, my life to God. I said, God, whatever that happens, let your will be done. And when the flight landed, they now told me, Oga, come down. I came down, they held me like a common criminal, passed through the airport. Everybody was looking at who is this criminal that was caught. And they asked me to bend down my head, put a cap on me, and asked me to bend down my head. And then they took me to a waiting private jet. At the private jet was another 3 operatives that were waiting for me. When we got inside the private jet, the officer that was there said, Oga, that there is a petition against you, and some people mentioned their name. That's why we came to pick you. I said, okay. Was it why I should be humiliated? There was no invitation. Nobody called me. I was humiliated I was handcuffed as a common criminal. That if there was an invitation, I'm not a criminal, I would have come and I would have answered the call. He said, Oga, but you have not. I said, nobody invited me. When we got to Abuja, they took me straight to STS office, Tactical Squad's office. And at that point in place, the IG now intervened and sent somebody who came, and I was interviewed. I put down my statement, and with the scenario, with what happened, I think the Inspector General of Police was not properly briefed. Everything, all this drama happened inside Government House. All the security men that came for this operation were security men attached to the governor of Imo State. Masked, all of them. There is nothing to identify them. They came with a truck, a military truck, that is part of the governor's convoy. They came with a Ford Jeep that is part of the governor's convoy. All of them masked, discredited the house of God, shot in the house of God. Even when I was telling them that I'm here to for the church service of my mom, they didn't listen. They scattered everything and left with me. Gentlemen, I want to thank God because I don't think that their intention was to arrest me. Their intention was to illuminate me. Because if their intention was to arrest me, I know the normal police procedure. It would have been bringing me to the police command and then put up a report that I've been arrested. I'm from police command, and then they will not take me to Abuja. But it is not the duty of security men attached to the governor of Imo State to arrest or interview or do anything when it comes to issue of a criminal. It is the duty of this commissioner of police and his team to arrest. So what happened was a calculated attempt to illuminate me. But I thank God that God spared my life, and today that I'm alive, I want to thank Almighty God. I want to thank the media, especially the social media and the print media and the electronic media, for coming out, because when they saw that the thing has gone viral when we got to Uche, they had no choice than to find another way to quench what they planned. And I don't think it was intentional for them to take me to Enugu, to fly me to Abuja, because the flight came 1 hour after we got to Enugu. So their intention was never to take me to Abuja, because there was no invitation. They even told the IG that they sent the invitation to me more than 3 times and I refused to come. There was no invitation. I'm a law-abiding Nigerian citizen. All my life as a chief of staff government house, I have never been into any criminality. I have never sponsored any militant. I have never sold gun to anybody. So when they said I was selling gun to some militant, I was surprised. I was chief of staff for 4 years. I was commissioner for land for 3.5 years. I was deputy chief of staff for 1.5 years. Why should I be treated as a criminal without no invitation? I was dragged on the floor. I was handcuffed. I was treated as if I'm a hardened criminal, and my pictures were sent on the media by the same Shaba. Because the question I want to ask, who authorized that my picture on a handcuff be sent into the media? Because I know the IG that handled this matter in Abuja, a professional policeman, did not authorize them to send my picture in a handcuff. So I'm pleading to the Inspector General of Police, who I refer as a good man, to please use his discretion to find out who sent my picture with the handcuff on the social media, to find out who paid for the private jets that came to pick me from Enugu Airport, and to find out who are these men that did not respect God, that did not respect the altar of God, the altar of place of worship, and they invaded church premises, shot inside the church. Is a sacrilege, is a desecration of God's house. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank God that I'm alive. I want to thank God for sparing the life of those church members, the pastor, the venerable in the church, and also my wife and my mother-in-law, and all other people in that church. It would have been a different thing altogether. But for me, I will always thank God. But I plead that the Inspector General of Police should please, sir, please, I beg you in the name of God, make sure that this incident was not stopped at this end. We should know who gave this order and why police attached to a governor should be the people arresting somebody of myself. And also the video I saw on the internet where they were saying somebody was saying that Uche Nwosu gave him money. That video, the same video, the same guy had the first video 1 year ago where he did not mention me. The same with blood on his t-shirt. The same guy wearing good clothes and putting towel on his body. After 1 year, came and say Uche Nwosu is the person giving him money or giving some people money. You see, and if you listen to that voice, the person that was interviewing that man on that video is the CSO. That's the voice of the CSO to the governor of Imo State. So government has become where you get criminals and interview them and doctor and tell them what to say in order to implicate their political opponents. So everything that just happened was political. The police, the IG, for me, should be exonerated from this box. The security men attached to Governor Hope Uzodinma should provide information why they abducted me and why they wanted to kill me. Thank you.
So, quick ones. I will be seeking an address.
Excuse me. The questions are definitely straightforward. One question each.
Yes, sir.
Sir, my name is Chidebugokoma. I want to know, sir, beyond this, will you be taking any legal action?
For now, the IG is doing a very wonderful work. The Inspector General of Police is doing a wonderful work. So I'll wait on the IG to finish his work, who I believe strongly in him. For him to finish his work, to be fine. But I believe the IG will do a thorough work. So I believe in him, and I wait for the Inspector General of Police.
Okay, so woman,
Sir,
let me
would
ask.
you say
The petition, sir. Sorry, let me take my question.
Excuse me,
Please wait. Sir, the petition. What was the crime alleged against you, sir? Where were you picked up in such
When I got to the office in Abuja, they said that somebody mentioned my name, that I'm the person supplying arms. I'm the person supplying. They said that the person.
Thank you.
When I got to the police office, the STS office at Abuja, I was told that the same people, the same young man that video was going viral, that the young man said I was the person giving them money, supplying arms to them. And I asked them, was it why you people should humiliate me? Why didn't you invite me to know whether it is true or not? I was chief of staff for 4 years. I was commissioner for land. I'm not like hiding. Why? I've been a law-abiding citizen. I said, I've not even touched trigger, talk less of supplying arms. These things were all cooked up in government house in order to malign my image and in order to humiliate me. And there was no invitation, and I was treated like a common criminal because somebody somewhere wants me dead or wants me humiliated. So for me, is something up till now, I have not come out from the trauma of why I should be humiliated in such kind of manner.
Sorry, sir. Please, I just want to get clarity. There was no letter, no petition, no letter.
No invitation letter.
You were just arrested on the strength of the video.
I was just arrested based on they said there was an allegation against me. No letter was sent to me inviting me, which is a normal process. No arrest warrants, nothing. I was just inside church for my mom outing service, and the only what I got was humiliation inside church with all my visitors that came from Abuja, from Lagos. I was humiliated in their presence.
So there is no truth to this thing they are saying on the social media that for 6 times you refused to honor police invitation.
Nobody. I challenge whoever that is saying this. Provide the invitation letter that I signed, I received, and I refused to come. Provide the call. The word is a technological word. Provide the details of the call that interfaced between me and them, that they called me, I answered them, and they said I refused to come. They said that when they called me, that I said I was abroad. You can imagine. Am I not? Okay, even the policeman that I used during my mom's burial, I wrote to the IG, who I always continue to say he's a very good man, who approved the police that I will use during my mother's burial. I even applied to DGSS, and SS was provided during my mother's burial. So, with all this, why didn't I know that there is an invitation for me? It's a calculated attempt to malign my image and to humiliate me. It was arranged inside government house. Every day, no policeman came from state police command, and I will continue to say it, and I will say it again and again. No policeman came from Imo Police Command. Everybody that came to that operation are policemen attached squads, and those are killer squads. They are killer squad attached to the governor of Imo State, because a normal policeman cannot shoot inside church. A normal policeman cannot shoot as if they are coming for war. So it is something. I pray that God Almighty will save us from this state.
Okay. Well, you're making an name. Because I tap ya n'Igbo na 1 minute.
Ihe mere n'ụbọchị elichara m nne m ụbọchị anyị gara ụka ịkwa nne m, anyị nọ n'ime ụlọ ụka na St. Peter's Anglican Church Eziamobi. Lekwe ka ndị uwe ojii werele ihe kọvachi ihu ha, ha ruru 80 werecha ihe kọva ihu ha kwobata n'ụlọ ụka. Onye nchụaja ụlọ ụka na-ajụ ha ọ gịnị mere. Bifo onye nchụaja na-ekwu, ha kọkọ egbe ha si na ọ bụrụ na m ebuliteghị n'oche m nọ na ha ga-agbagbu m. Nsọ ha gịnị ka m mere. Bifo a na-ekwule ndị a gbawa egbe, onye ọbụla ma ụkọchukwu ma ndị bịara chọọchị ma ụmụ nwaanyị ma nwoke, onye ọbụla na-agbazi gbudugburu. Ndị a dọrọ m ka onye oshi, dọkasịa akwa m ma traụza m efe m, dọpụta m n'ezi, bido nkụwa m. Ndị mmadụ na-ajụ ha ọ gịnị ka o mere. Onye na-edubu ma ọ dịla so ha, biko gịnị ka ọga m mere. Ha gbawa egbe ndị a gbara, ahụtụbeghị m ụdị egbe ebe m nna na ụda egbe oge a na-alụ agha. Egbe ha gbara dị ka ndị bịara agha. Ndị a buru m gawa bute Owerri. Mgbe anyị ruru Owerri, moto 3 so ha gbaba n'ime obi gọọmenti Imo steeti. Ndị nke ọzọ ofu n'ime ha bụ m wuti ndị kọvachara ihu ha, mechichara ihu ha, buru m gawa Enugu. Mgbe ha ruru Enugu, ha sị m yipụ efe m, na onye na-eche nche na obi gọọmenti a na-akpọ Shaba sị ha na m yipụ efe m ka ha tige m hankọp ka ha see m sị ha ele m ihe m mere ijikwe ka m nwetakwe ndụ m nyekwe ha aka m. Ha tige m hankọp n'aka. Ka ha tigere m hankọp n'aka, ha sere pikchọ m send ọrụ ya onye eke ha na-akpọ Shaba so bịakwa egen sị na onye ahụ sị ha mee vidiyo m. Nsa nsogbu anọ ka m nwerekwe ndụ m. Nsa ngwa mewenụ vidiyo m weta aka m, ha mee vidiyo m sendụkwara ofu onye ha na-akpọkwa Shaba vidiyo m. Ọ ya mere unu jiri hụ ma vidiyo ma ebe m tụ hankọp nọ na soshal midia. Onye isi ndị uwe ojii nke na-ekelechi ike enweghị oge ọsọ onye ọbụla tige onye ji hankọp na ihe na soshal midia. But ihe niile mere nụ, ndị niile bịara mee mpụ a n'ime ụlọ ụka bịa mebie ụlọ Chineke, ha niile shi n'ime ndị na-eche gọọmenti haus Uche, ndị na-eso onye na-achị Imo steeti. Maka moto niile bịara ya shi na gọọmenti haus bịa, enweghị nke ọbụla m hụrụ. Ndị niile na-eso m bụ ndị nche na-eso m so na enweghị onye ọbụla ha hụrụ shi n'Imo steeti police, na ihe niile bịara ya shi from gọọmenti haus. So ọ dị ihe adịghị mma. Kedu ihe anyị na-adọgburu onwe anyị? Elee otu ihe gbasara ndọrọndọrọ jiri dịzo taa? Ndọrọndọrọ awụghị tigbo ụzọ, bụ ndọrọndọrọ ọwụ ịkpa gị chicha gị pụọ. Ọwụghị ijizie na-egbu ụmụnne gị. Anyị niile wụ ndị Igbo, anyị wụ ndị Naijiria, anyị wụ ụmụ afọ Igbo. Elee ihe anyị na-egburu onwe anyị? Ọ bụrụ na ndị a pụrụ ụbọchị ahụ gbagbufuo m, ọ ya wụ na bikos ịchọghị ịwụ onye isi obodo ị ga-eji ebu nwanne gị. Ọ dịghị mma, ọ dịghị adịghị mma. Ana m arịọ onye isi ndị uwe ojii ka o biko nye aka ka a mara ihe mere ihe a. Maka ihe a nwere ike mee onye na-enweghị otu ọ dị ya na-awụ Uche Nwosu, onye a ga-anwụ. Ngwale na-aka mere m, ị mara na ole na-eme ụmụ mmadụ ndị na-enweghị ihe ha ma. Biko ihe m na-arịọ ọwụ ka enwe udo n'ala anyị, ka enwe udo na steeti anyị wụ Imo steeti. Onye ọbụla biri n'udo. Ntigbu ozugbo adịghị mma. Awụghị m onye na-achọ okwu. Enwebeghị oge ị hụrụ m pụtara na pepa m na-akọtọ onye na-achị Imo steeti Hope Uzodimma. Ana m emere ihe m agara ụwa m, mana nke a mere gosiri na ndị a chọrọ m ọnwụ, na Chineke nke bi n'igwe agaghị ekwe ka onye ọbụla memila ndụ. Ndewo.
Nwaanyị makwa ịnụrụ ihe o kwuru.
All right, thank you.
Now they are apologizing. But yes, he said you were not aware and whatever happened.